Hey, it's 2025, end of 2025. Can you believe that people are looking up high value man content? Can you believe that people are looking up alpha male content? Actually, I can believe it. But first, let's get into it. Why does anyone look up anything? It's because times are changing. Back in the day, when technology first came, you didn't know how to use a computer. Guess what? You looked into that. When stocks came up, you don't know stocks, you get into that. With the change of the seasons, things change. So right now, the dating market changes. So right now, we got a lot of simps and soy boy cucks. We have a lot of people who, when you look at it figuratively, when you look at it, they are bow down to women. Out and they bow down to all women. And they think that's noble. And so you have right now we in 2025 we have a single mother epidemic, meaning most young boys are being born without a father in the household. They don't have a masculine role model, and their mother may be dating. And usually, what happens is those kids, those boys are abused by the men coming in and out. They don't have a stable father figure, and they're craving attention. So right now, what's commonly taught in the media is that you should just do whatever a woman says. The narrative is do whatever a woman says and she'll happily stay. And we know that's not true because women are fickle creatures. They change their minds a lot. They like leadership and guidance over them. And so they don't even know what they want to eat. They want a man to pick it. They want a man's guidance and judgment, the man that they're interested in. So men are saying, how can I get a woman interested in me? What can I do to garner that attention? And so they look out and just literally look out, look around. Who are they sleeping with? Who are these women getting pregnant by? It's usually felons, it's rich millionaires, people who have money. And so there's buff dudes. There's something attractive to these women. How do you know? They're sleeping with them. Will they be sleeping and making babies with people they aren't attracted to? And so these men go out on the internet and they're looking for advice, they're looking for guidance to help them fill the void of need they have in the dating world. And guess what? These are the people giving advice. Hey, we've tried your way, the soy boy married cuck way. He said, hey, happy wife, happy life. You just do whatever she says and she'll be happy to be with you. That's how you be a stepdad. You just be a doormat and whatever she says, and you just be lucky and happy she's with you. And while she's banging everyone else, you just sit in the corner in your little cup chair and watch. And I'm being facetious. But there's an balance of truth to what I'm saying. So in 2025, the divorce rate is sky high, above 50%. The common analogy used is if your parachute only deployed 50% of the time when you jumped out of an airplane, would you still jump? And so the smart answer would be no, if you're being truly honest. And so what we're getting at is the dating culture for men, not for women. For men in 2025 is dangerous. That's why the majority of men aren't having sex. E.g., they're looking to the men who are having sex to see how they're doing. They're looking towards the Andrew Tate. They're looking towards the rich, buff millionaires who are having plenty sex. Getting women's attraction, garnering women's attraction is the least of their problems, and they're looking at as like a logical man. A problem comes, and then you want a solution. How can I put those results in my own life? And so that's what the majority of men are doing. The majority of men aren't having sex, whereas the majority of women, through social media, they are having more sex than ever. They're so sex desensitized, they're so sex positive. It's this culture of, oh, I gotta know my body. That as I said, the single motherhood rate, the correlation isn't causation, but these women aren't getting pregnant by nobody. And so these broken homes produce broken homes. In a single mother house, boys are males, the men are more likely to end up in prison, and the women are more likely to end up pregnant before high school ends. This is common stats. Look it up for yourself. And so what I'm getting at is that why would you back to alpha males and high value man culture? Who would listen to them in 2025? Listen, they aren't having the alpha males, even if they're self-proclaimed, the people giving dating advice, they aren't having problems dating. So they cause and effect. problem and solution. These men are looking for a little solution. They're logical, and a lot of men are making money off of them. Even women are making off of trying to sell their own dating advice to men and sell a course and say, "Here's my course, and you'll be able to get," like the ads when you're scrolling, oh, hot milfs in your area. You can get women attracted to you by paying to my course, and gays will be all over you. So why are you listening to the alpha males? Because men want sex, men want female attention, men want to be wanted. When a woman doesn't have the same problem, because if a woman wants to be wanted, she just has to wear a tight shirt, show off some tits, she just wears some gym pants, and then she gets all the attention she needs. She literally puts up a post and she gets all the attention she needs. How does a man garner attention? It's different. It's different because women have so many options. They and if they don't have options, they can garner options. You post up one picture, you have 20 men in your DM. Can you say it's part of the porn culture? Oh, the men are just watching so much porn, that's why they're not attractive. That's part of it, but these women are going into porn. You could say part of it's the attention. I'm getting so much attention. I'm having so much sex. It's not sacred anymore. Let me sell it for free. Let me at least get paid for the sex I'm having. All these dating apps is attention for women, knowing that I'm not sleeping with him, but I just like to know that he wants me. I like to know that I'm wanted. That's why women are on these dating apps. They're on social media. They're not posting pictures of their degrees. They're turn on. They're twerking, showing the boobs off, showing the curves off, showing their sexual skills, and so the dating market has changed for men, and so the men in relationships are trying to give relationship advice, and it's outdated, and it's not current, and it's not. It'll just be nice to her, and she'll be lucky to have you. Hey man, you tried that. That's not true. You get called a creep. You buy her flowers. She sees you're a simp. You're taking her out on. The more money you pay, the better she'll treat you. That's not true. That's simp culture. I'll do more for you than you do for me. If she's not interested, it doesn't matter how much money you pay. And so what we're getting at is, and of course women don't agree with it. I'm on the losing end. Of course he should pay money on me. And if I like him, I like him. I'll string him along as much as possible. Let him pay for as many dates as possible. Let me save him my phone as foodie date, as lobster date. He's crab legs date. He's pizza date. Let me save him and string him along as possible to get as the women want to get as much as they can without sleeping around. Men want to sleep around with as much as they can without having to pay. It's inversely proportional for men and women. Am I saying what's good and bad or what's wrong and what's right? No, I'm just noticing a problem and I'm addressing it. And so it's easy to make fun of the alpha male culture. It's easy to make fun of the high value culture. But men are getting results. They're getting a better solution than what you're providing. And so you look at the Democrats, the soy boys. Oh, just do whatever makes her happy. Let her peg you. Oh, let her sleep with other guys. Oh, have an open relationship. Just keep her happy, and she'll treat you as a reflection of how you treat her. Aaron's treating her terrible, and he's getting the best. He's getting the best, the nastiest, the wettest. Sorry to be. He's getting the best for the least. He says pull up, and she pulls up while you're paying, and that feels unfair to men. That's why the younger generation is dating. Listen, I'm married, but I'm aware of the problem. I can empathize. Women refuse to empathize because they don't have to go through these problems. These married men are like, I have my wife. Listen, these married men, they're the ones who are paying for these OnlyFans models. Married men that she chooses when to have sex. Listen, if she gets dressed up and if you get married and she goes to the yoga model, she goes to her personal trainer, she sleeps with him and then says, I want a divorce and takes you for half. Men are saying that's not a good deal. She can opt out whenever she wants, and you have to pay for it. They're saying it's not a good deal. So how can I get her to stay? How can I get her attracted to me? How can I get her to stay attracted to me? And that's where the alpha males come in. That's where the men who are having sex come in. That's where the red pill content comes in. The red pill content that women hate because it teaches men self-respect. And if you had self-respect, you wouldn't take her out on $600 dates before saying, wait a minute, this isn't fair. If you had self-respect, you go take her out on a coffee date and see if she likes you. and invest. And yes, if we mutually like each other, that's okay. If there's no click, we don't have to pay. But why would anyone listen to alpha males in 2025? Why would anyone listen to high value men content in 2025? Look around. People were looking up how to type when the keyboard came out. People were looking up how to change a tire. Well, they didn't have internet back then, but figure out how to change a tire when cars came out. There's trends that come and fall with as time goes on. The divorce rate's super high right now. That affects women have changed fundamentally in what they find attractive. Or maybe they haven't changed, but men are the last to find out. How do you know? Because they're not dating any. They don't understand. Men haven't changed. They just want a wife, but there are no wives. There's been a culture being promoted that being a wife, being submissive is toxic. So therefore, men are looking for wives right out of high school, getting ready to get married right out of high school and build with someone. But these women don't want to build with someone. They want someone already built. Already, the common term is already at the end of the finish line. They only want the winners. They don't want to build. They want the already made millionaires. They want the already made rich people. They're not gonna stay with you while you build and be rich. And so there is nuance to it. I'm not saying all, but I'm speaking for majority and why men are seeking out this content. If you're smart enough, you would hear what I'm saying and hear that it has some truth to it. You don't have to agree with everything. I don't expect you to agree with everything, but I expect you to be able to process this new information and empathy. Think of a man who's short. Think of a man who's ugly, who doesn't have game, who's not well spoken. He can't get sex. He can't garner attraction from women. So he's going to look on the internet how to do it. And the Democrat, he's been being nice all his life, and she's not attracted to nice guys. He has 20 nice guys in her inbox right now telling her how beautiful she is. The alpha male saying, hey, be yourself, don't simp, don't be too much, give a backhanded compliment, have playful banter. He's teaching him how to flirt. He's teaching him more than you did when you said just be nice. And so if you offered better advice, excuse me, I'm boiling some tea, forgive me. And so if you offered better advice, maybe they listen to you. But you're like, oh, you don't know how to get a girl? Let me clown you. Let me make fun of you. Let me shame you for not being good with women. Oh, you're a virgin? Let me clown you. That's what's normalized. And guess who's getting sex? Rappers, drug dealers, felons. Who are these women becoming single moms by? People that beat them, people that lie to them. Your favorite word? He was a narcissist. At this point, men are like, let me be a narcissist too. Bro, what was you doing? How was you getting cheeks? Don't care what she thinks. And she'll love you for it. The men that beat her, again, I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying this is what men are looking for. Men want connection. Men want sex. Men want women to want them. The same way women want to be wanted. You think women would be posting themselves half naked if they didn't want to be wanted? They want attention, validation. It's social currency to them. They want to be wanted. I know I'm hot. I want you to think I'm hot. That's what really grinds her gears. She knows she has boobs, but she wants to be lusted after. She wants you to want her. And so there are guys that she wasn't attracted to him, but I wanted you to try just so I could turn you down. That way I know I still got it. And so I'm just giving you the breakdown, everything I learned. And so why are men looking up high value content, alpha male content in 2025? Simply put, you haven't given them anything better. You haven't told them a better solution of how to get attention and how to get burning desire from a woman. And so they're going to look to the people who are getting women. And so whether the men are lying or the women are lying or the advice is corny, or you're just like, it's just weird, where you're going to clown him, guess what? You clowning him didn't get him any better advice. You're like, maybe they're just hits home for you. Maybe you're just one of them. Maybe I am. I'm married though. So it works. All right. Thank you guys for listening.